Before the gods, before the titans, before the very mountains and seas, there was only chaos. Now, when we hear the word chaos, we think of traffic jams, messy rooms, or maybe just a really bad Monday morning. But for the ancient Greeks, chaos was something far grander, far more mysterious. It wasn't disorder. It was the beginning of everything. The very first thing to exist. A vast, dark, formless void. Imagine a space with no up or down, no light or dark, just pure, unbridled potential. This is the story of that beginning, the womb from which the universe was born. According to the poet Hesiod in his epic poem Theogony, chaos was the primordial state of existence. It was from this boundless emptiness that the first deities, the protogenoi or primordial gods, emerged. Think of them not as gods with human forms, but as the very fabric of reality itself. First came Gaia, the earth. Suddenly there was a foundation, a solid ground where life could eventually take root. She was the broad-chested, ever-sure foundation of all the deathless ones who hold the peaks of snowy Olympus. Then, from the same mysterious void, came Tartarus. If Gaia was the foundation, Tartarus was the deep abyss beneath it. A gloomy, subterranean realm as far below the earth as the sky is above it. It was a place of punishment and imprisonment, the ultimate cosmic prison. And finally, emerging from chaos was Eros, love. But this wasn't the chubby, arrow-shooting Cupid we often picture. This was primordial Eros, the fundamental force of attraction and procreation, the driving energy that would compel the universe to grow, to combine, to create. Without Eros, nothing would have ever happened. Gaia and Tartarus would have just existed, separate and inert. Eros was the cosmic spark plug. Now, chaos wasn't done yet. After birthing these fundamental concepts, chaos also brought forth to more children on its own, without a partner. These were Erebus, the personification of darkness, and Nyx, the personification of night. Imagine the sheer power of night, a goddess so ancient and formidable that even Zeus, the king of the gods, was said to fear her. Erebus and Nyx, brother and sister, darkness and night, naturally found each other in the vast expanse. From their union, two new beings were born, representing the exact opposite of their parents, Ether, the bright, glowing upper air that the gods breathe, and Hemra, the day. So, let's recap the family tree so far. At the top, we have chaos. From chaos, we get Gaia, earth, Tartarus, the abyss, and Eros, love, procreation. Chaos also gives us Erebus, darkness, and Nyx, night. Then, Erebus and Nyx together produce ether light, upper air, and Hemra, day. You can already see the universe taking shape, a world of opposites being carved out of the initial void, earth and abyss, night and day, darkness and light. It's a beautiful, poetic explanation for the fundamental structure of our world. Meanwhile, Gaia, the earth, wasn't just sitting around, all by herself, without any partner. She gave birth to Uranus, the sky. She created him to be her equal, to cover her on all sides, a perfect celestial dome. She also brought forth Aurea, the mountains, and Pontus, the barren, churning sea. With the creation of Uranus, the stage was set for the next great chapter of Greek mythology. Gaia, the Earth Mother, and Uranus, the Sky Father, became the first divine couple. Their children would be beings of immense power and earth-shaking importance. The first children of Gaia and Uranus were the 12 Titans. 6 sons Oceanus, Cous, Crius, Hyperion, Iapetus, and Chronosand. 6 daughters, Thea, Rhea, Themis, Mnemosyne, Phoebe, and Tethys. These were not yet the Olympian gods we know so well. They were the generation before. They were powerful deities who ruled during the legendary Golden Age. But Uranus was a cruel and paranoid father. He was disgusted by his next set of children. These were the Cyclopes Brontes, Sterops, and Argus one-eyed giants who were brilliant craftsmen, known for forging Zeus's thunderbolts later on. Uranus, horrified by their appearance, immediately imprisoned them deep within Gaia, in the pit of Tartarus. After them, Gaia gave birth to the Hecatoncheires, the Hundred-Handers. These were 3 monstrous giants, each with 50 heads and 100 arms of astounding strength. Uranus was even more repulsed by them and imprisoned them in Tartarus as well. This caused Gaia immense pain, both emotionally and physically, having her children trapped inside her. Filled with grief and anger, she devised a plan. She fashioned a great sickle from adamant, an unbreakable metal, and appealed to her Titan children for help. She asked them to rise up and punish their cruel father. All of them were afraid, except for one, Cronus, the youngest and most ambitious of the Titans. He took the sickle from his mother and lay in wait for his father. That evening, as Uranus descended to embrace Gaia, Cronus ambushed him and used the sickle to separate sky from earth permanently. From this brutal act, the world was forever changed. The blood that fell upon the earth, Gaia, gave birth to even more beings, the Erinyes, or the Furies, who pursue and punish oath-breakers and murderers, the Gigantes, a race of powerful giants, and the million nymphs tree spirits associated with the ash tree. The severed part of Uranus was thrown into the sea, and from the sea foam that churned around it, a new goddess arose, floating to the shore of Cyprus. This was Aphrodite, the goddess of love, beauty, and desire. A different kind of love than the primordial Eros, but a powerful force nonetheless. With Uranus overthrown, Cronus became the new ruler of the cosmos. He and his sister wife, Rhea, took the throne, and the age of the Titans truly began. But Cronus, just like his father, was consumed by a prophecy that he too would be overthrown by one of his own children. History, as they say, has a tendency to repeat itself, and this cycle of patricide would lead directly to the rise of Zeus and the Olympian gods. But that's a story for another time. So what happened to chaos? After setting the stage and birthing the foundations of reality, chaos seems to fade into the background of Greek mythology. It doesn't take sides in the great wars between titans and gods. It doesn't have a personality or a cult following like Zeus or Athena. Its work was done. Chaos represents the ultimate origin, the unexplainable starting point. It's the philosophical concept that before there was order, there had to be a state from which order could arise. It's the ultimate mystery, the cosmic question mark at the very beginning of the timeline. The Greeks looked at the world around them, the earth, the sky, the night, the day, and asked, where did all this come from? Their answer was both simple and profound. It all came from chaos. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey back to the very dawn of time. It's incredible to think about how these ancient stories tried to make sense of the universe in such a poetic and dramatic way. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the primordial void, please hit that like button and consider subscribing for more tales from mythology. Let me know in the comments which mythological origin story you find most fascinating. Until next time, stay curious.